I'm Matt.
And I'm Matt.
Of LFD Research. Today we have what is more or less a failure video. We are working on this mainly to learn it so we can actually continue doing videos for you in the winter months where we are in the very, very snowed and cold part of the country. We figure, well, we got all this snow all over the place, so why don't we play with fire?
Yeah.
Warm ourselves up, and of course we can't light the grass plains on fire because in the summer this kind of testing could probably cost a lot of farmers their fields.
Yeah, this wouldn't be good to do when it's dry and hot.
Which is our other temperature.
Yeah.
So, what we did here is we started working using a potato cannon Matt here built, and we filled it with non-dairy coffee creamer because we know from previous testing others have done that it is flammable when aerosolized.
Yep.
We started out running these at 100 psi with paper towel wadding to keep the shot together. Well, that was not good. As you can see, the powder is actually just blowing right past it.
Yeah.
Maybe you have a little bit lighting on the end.
Yeah, it hasn't spread out enough for there to be air around the grains for them to burn, so it just...
And the fact that we were shooting coffee creamer out about 20-25 feet.
Yeah. It was going a lot further and faster than it needed to go.
Nothing.
So we did that a couple of times and kept failing, thinking, oh, we're just too high over the flare. No, we weren't. We were just shooting it too fast.
Yeah.
We brought the PSI down to 60 PSI and we got a partial ignition.
Yeah.
It's still not exactly what we were going for, and then we finally decided to take it down to 40 PSI and get the cannon right up next to the flare, let her rip. And we had a pretty decent fireball, but even on this one, we had a huge, about fist-sized chunk of coffee creamer fly right past the flare without igniting. Because it's really interesting that it's the tail that lights, and then the fire travels up the stream to the...
It's just, it hits that right mix of powder to air, and all of a sudden ignites and just burns as the rest of the powder has been shedding off into the air.
Yeah, it continues on and goes forward into the mass.
Yeah. Which
you can see with this little unexpected here that I had with the coffee creamer container. I will admit, I was expecting it to burn, but I wasn't expecting the fire to travel up inside the coffee creamer can and then continue lit as I'm pulling it away.
Yeah.
Which is interesting because the fire in there started throwing out more particles of coffee creamer to keep the fire coming out.
Yeah.
Granted, in real time, that's really a quick reaction, but in slow-mo, you can see what's happening, and it's really cool.
Yeah.
And right now, we're going to just stick with powders. We got a couple more, like flour, that we're going to do. And then we're just going to grab random kitchen substances, and I think we're going to grab a couple of random metals to try as well. So why don't you, our viewers, write in with your suggestions of what you want to see us try. Now that we pretty much have the method down, and with a little more perfecting, we'll be able to get reliable ignition. And since we're actually going to start off with a couple, like coffee creamer here, that we know work, and flour that we know work, well, once we get reliable on that, so we go 10 out of 10, then we'll start throwing in all the other stuff that we not so sure about.
Yeah, the stuff we expect would burn, but we haven't ever seen it done.
Well, I'm definitely thinking that I need to go to one of these grain silos and get some of the corn dust.
Yeah,
because
we know that burns.
We know that those things go off like bombs.
Yeah.
When a grain silo gets that right mixture and you get a spark in there, bye-bye.
Yeah.
Those can be pretty major disasters. Especially since some of these small communities around here are built around them.
Yeah.
So, like I said, write us in and you can just hit us up on our Facebook page. Send us any suggestions there and we'll be more than happy to try them. Thanks for watching.